and they won a ring. The Lakers are hoping for the exact same thing. Maybe that's why they picked up Carmelo Anthony, right? LeBron, Carmelo, finally NBA teammates. They'll be the first pair of teammates to enter the season in the top 10 of the NBA's all-time scoring list since Wilt Chamberlain and Jerry West in 1972 and 73. They were first and fourth, respectively, wound up reaching the finals during Wilt's final NBA season. So many storylines with Melo and LeBron, right? Both were taken in the 03 NBA draft, first and third, respectively. Of course, LeBron came out of high school. Melo was a revelation at Syracuse after winning a title his freshman year. Since their pro debuts, they faced off against each other 46 times, including playoffs, and LeBron holds the lead with 30 wins, but both have performed pretty well. They average over 20 points per game against each other. And while this is the first time they will be NBA teammates, of course, they've played with each other before. They were teammates in the Olympics in 2008 and 2012 when they took home gold for Team USA each time. But not Banana Boat Brothers. Here's Melo.
No.
New on SportsCenter, him speaking about the Lakers.
Timing is everything. I mean, for years we've always laughed about it and spoke about it, what it would be like. We had a little bit of, experience with the USA basketball and playing together, but that's totally different than in a situation like this. But we've always talked about it, laughed and joked about it. But I thought and he thought at this moment now, everything comes back full circle for us, and I think the time is now for us to be on the same team. It couldn't have came at a better time.
You're 37. LeBron's going to turn 37 in December.
We don't care.
Dwight's up there. Trevor's up there. Mark Gasol's up there.
Don't care. We make our own narrative. Different time, different game, different style of game. More resources than guys had years ago when we first came into the game. I think just the concept and the seriousness behind taking care of yourself, like we really understand what that means from a holistic standpoint. The mind, body, and soul. Like we are there at that point of our career where, we understand the importance of what it means to take care of your body, what it means to take care of your mind. In this situation.
So just a reminder what the storyline around this Lakers team is going to be all year, that they're kind of old. With the addition of Melo, the Lakers now have 5 players that are aged 35 or older. The Lakers have never rostered more than 3 35-year-olds. They also have 5 players signed that have 8 or more All-Star selections. According to Elias, no team in NBA history has had 5 8-time All-Stars appear for them in a single season. So yeah, maybe you
trading for Russell Westbrook, signing Carmelo Anthony and Dwight Howard. Those 3 among 6 players they acquired aged 32 or older, which would be the most all-time in an offseason. Our research, we know that stuff. Age ain't nothing but a number.
To be able to come back home, be with my family, be a part of this tradition is something that, you don't really get too many chances to do it twice. So when the opportunity actually presented itself and it was real, I think it was the best. It was the best opportunity.
It's like we supposed to be together. It's just something about the Lakers and myself. It's like we were just supposed to be together. It's like I had my greatest time, some of my greatest moments. Here in the Lakers jersey, playing in LA. Now playing with LeBron and AD and Russ and Carmelo. It's like a dream.
Ariza, Howard, and Anthony all rank among the top 5 in games played among active players, along with LeBron James. The Lakers could be the first.
Ms. Monica McNutt, and we got to talk about one of the biggest stories of the offseason, the revamped LA Lakers. One of the most notable acquisitions was, of course, the signing of Carmelo Anthony. He is expected to be introduced in a press conference later today. So, Kendrick, what do you think Melo's impact with the Lakers will be, joining LeBron, AD, and Russell Westbrook as well?
It's going to be everything, for the simple fact that Melo has found himself, meaning his new role. He understands that he's not a franchise guy no more. We saw that in Portland. He's going to be to the Lakers what they expected Kyle Kuzma to be. And that's a guy to come in off the bench and give them 15 to 16 points a night or even more if he gets hot, which we know Melo could do because Melo is a hooper. You could drop him off anywhere in America. He's going to get buckets. He's going to get buckets probably till he's the age of 65.
Okay, well, there's Melo then, but Monica, there's the whole roster. So how do you see all the pieces fitting together? Look at that face. That face is not a happy face.
Listen, I agree that Melo understands his role. He's going to understand the assignment, okay? But I don't think that's enough to get this team over the hump. When you look, Russell Westbrook's statistical best year was back in the 2016-2017 season. LeBron averaged a double-double last season, but that was the first time he'd done that. So you argue that he didn't even that formula for him has not equated to necessary success, right? Mm-hmm. And then Melo, who I love, I want Melo to get a ring. The durability of this team continues to be a question, especially when your young stud who's supposed to lead the way has never played an 82-game season. Now, he did get to 75 3 times, but still, I think Melo's going to be great, but I don't know that impact is going to be get this team over the hump. They got a few more humps to clear that have nothing to do with Melo in my mind.
Well, look, one thing about it is that all this team has to do is get to the playoffs.
I don't know.
Let me tell you why. Sit back and just listen for a second, Monica. I know you have concerns.
Let me listen.
But I don't. Because here's why. One thing we know, when you get a group of guys like this, right, that know that they want to accomplish winning the championship. Like I was on the 2010 Boston Celtics. Well, we pretty much had an old team. When you come together collectively and you know that you're old, we had Rasheed Wallace. He had a bad back. Although we didn't win, we had Kevin Garnett. Like those guys were getting up in age. But when you have that mindset of putting your pride aside and doing what's best for the team, like maybe LeBron James playing the power forward position, Anthony Davis playing the 5, Dwight Howard still could jump out of the gym. And I think people don't give Russell Westbrook enough credit for his decision making. This is a guy that led the NBA last year in assists. He led it in assists with a lot of G League guys around him.
Perk, I hear you. I think you're probably not wrong in that assessment. In fact, a recent conversation I was having compared this group to the 04 Lakers. They got there and couldn't clear it, right? I just think the West is not waiting.
With that 04 Lakers team.
Okay, let's just go to the age of the basketball part. Let's just keep it real simple. The West is not waiting. Like, I just don't see where there's enough room.
Don't you? First of all, don't give me all this.
I'm pleading. I'm not snapping.
Listen, because I'm telling you this, all right? One thing about it that we fail to realize is that the most important piece is Anthony Davis.
Who can't stay healthy.
Okay, but when he is healthy, he dominated in great fashion. Did he not deliver a championship?
Yes.
Okay, so there is more of a risk that he's not healthy. There have been seasons he's been healthy, and you just identified some of them. Okay. It's just a risk. Sometimes it works out. Sometimes he's had some bad luck.
Do y'all have who in the 7-game series? You name me one team that could beat the Lakers.
I think, okay, that's a little tough. I think the Warriors are reloading, and I think the Utah Jazz are going to have that similar experience to what the Milwaukee Bucks have had in terms of being close and coming up short.
Lost to the Clippers.
Did you hear what I said? Similar to the Milwaukee Bucks experience. Okay, they needed that.
I got another Western Conference team we got to talk about. Luka Doncic coming off, of course, a strong with the Heat. So how do you think the Lakers should approach this, and how much work does LeBron or Anthony Davis have to do calling guys saying, I know it's going to be less money, but will you come play with us?
Well, I mean, free agency is all about working the phones. I think the presidents and GMs have their say-so, but, you definitely want to have a say-so if you're a player yourself. And I think that's a lot. It's very powerful if you get a call from somebody wanting to play with you, especially when you're going to have to take less money. But in the Lakers instance, they're the Lakers. They're always chasing championships. And anytime you're in the business of championships, this is the flexibility or the maneuvering or the finesse that you have to have. They're going to have to surround all of the talent that they have right now with Mark, with their big three, and make sure they get shooting around them. I think we all know that LeBron, he has his style that he likes to have shooters around him. We all know what Anthony Davis brings. He's going to bring the muscle in the paint that they need. But Russell Westbrook is also going to be a force in the paint. He's going to play his game and play full court. They're going to have to